Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Ayundilgar Basenho. Our top stories. A 15-day strict lockdown to be imposed from Saturday. 700 more cases confirmed on Friday. Teachers from 11 schools from 8 countries open an I Am Mongolian online school. For other news, stay tuned. The government of Mongolia decided to impose a strict lockdown from April 10th until April 25th. Deputy Prime Minister Amr Sakhan and the mayor of the capital city Somyabazar were instructed to move to a red level of the emergency regime. As the number of infections continues to increase among citizens that have received their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine due to their non-compliance of control measures, the PM reported that the decision was made in order to create proper conditions for fully vaccinated citizens to not contract the virus. He then urged the citizens who received their first dose to continue complying with the infection prevention guidelines. During this period, people can get food, fuel, water, household goods, medical care from supermarkets and health centers close to their home. Citizens can attend funerals, go to immunization venues, and go for a walk. A gathering of no more than 5 people is allowed. Social distancing rules should be maintained. Public transport will operate by a fixed schedule, and people working in permitted sectors will be allowed to move around the town. In addition, as the majority of the workforce will be staying at home during the strict lockdown, the government decided to provide each citizen 300,000 Mongolian turgruks in a relief package. The required funds will come from more than 1 trillion Mongolian turgruks in tax repayment from Ayutthaya. The National Center for Communicable Diseases reported 740 new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours, which makes the total number of cases in Mongolia 13,494. 740 new COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in the past 24 hours, and country's total number of cases has reached 13,494. 382 new patients have recovered. Unfortunately, 1 patient has died in the past 24 hours, and the total death toll of COVID-19 is now 23. All new cases were confirmed domestically. 630 cases out of the new cases were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar from all the horos of 6 districts in the capital, making the total cases of Ulaanbaatar 11,174. And 84 cases were recorded in Arkhanga, Tuv, Siling, Overhanga, Bayanhongor, Darkhanol, Orkhon, Hovd, and Bayangolgi provinces. Out of the 2,560 patients who are currently undergoing treatment at hospitals, 78.8% have mild symptoms and 14 are in critical condition. In the country, out of 2,060,000 adult residents who should get vaccinated, 584,000 have received the first dose of COVID-19 vaccines. About 40% of the residents of Ulaanbaatar city and 97,000 people in rural areas have been vaccinated. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's look at Mongolia's current affairs. Teachers from 11 schools from 8 countries open an I Am Mongolian online school. Details from the following report. The Education Committee of the Council of Mongolians Abroad initiated a unification of Mongolian schools operating in every corner of the world in order to create an opportunity to conduct Mongolian classes without the barrier of a border. Teachers from Mongolian schools in Germany, Canada, Belgium, Japan, Sweden, France, the Netherlands, and South Korea together launched I Am Mongolian, an online language and cultural school to make it possible for children to learn the Mongolian language from anywhere in the world.
I opened Tolok Mongolian School in Canada in 2013, and I have taught Mongolian language since then.
I am a teacher who opened a school named Mongolian Open, and I also founded a school called Dutch in the city of Brussels.
I work as a Mongolian language teacher and curriculum development teacher at the Language Center in Sweden. I have been working as the mother tongue teacher for 6 years since 2015.
In Paris, the capital of France, I've been working at a Mongolian academy since 2015.
In the past 6 years, I've taught Mongolian children at the Mini Mongol School in Japan, which I founded.
The first Mongolian language school was opened 10 years ago in Washington. Now there are around 60 schools and centers of the same type in 19 countries. Some of the teachers from those schools have united with the I Am Mongolian online school.
There are over 60 Mongolian schools abroad. However, there are thousands of Mongolian children all over the world who could not attend those language and cultural classes. So, in order to reach those children and pass on to them, Mongolian language and culture teachers from 11 schools from 8 countries have prepared and worked on the curriculum for 2 to 3 months. We are now ready to start the online school starting next Monday.
There are 13 Mongolian schools in the USA, 6 in Germany, 4 in Switzerland, 3 in Great Britain, 3 in Canada, 1 in Belgium, 3 in Sweden, 1 in South Korea, and 1 in Japan. In other countries, there are teachers who privately teach the Mongolian language to kids. What the overseas schools lack most is a united curriculum and a specialized policy, officials say.
We have launched and have been working on a number of initiatives, such as creating the educational sector for Mongolian children abroad and the national minority at the educational institution in Ulaanbaatar. We also have started taking action on this issue at our Center for Lifelong Learning.
At this moment, while reformation on the law of education issued in 2017 is ongoing, the I Am Mongolian online school is being opened. Officials highlighted the need of providing support to Mongolian schools functioning abroad with a specialized policy, and to develop the sector keeping up with international practices. Now let's check on the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here's the weather forecast from major cities around the world. Well, that's all for today. Many thanks for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next week with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.